salutations, my dearest friends. My name is Samantha, and today we're going to be reading a ton of Christmas books. I've been wanting to film a Christmas reading vlog for a while now. We're just going to get right into the holiday spirit. I'm definitely that person who wears Christmas leggings all year round. I'll watch Hallmark movies all year round. I'll read Christmas books all year round. Something about like Christmas romances just do it for me. So I'm excited to be filming this Christmas reading vlog. I'm going to take you along with me. I have a very lengthy TBR. Okay, I don't usually create TBRs because I'm definitely a mood reader and I never stick to them. But ideally, I have 10 books I want to read. I'm just going to quickly go over the books that I'm reading because I just know this video is going to be so freaking long. The first book I just really want to read. This book caught my attention as soon as I saw it. It is a relatively new release. I think it released this November. So it's called Christmas Spirit by Ali Reichardt. And guys, it has all the buzzwords. It is described as an enemies to lovers, forced proximity, age gap, male romance. Also kind of an office romance because one of our main characters is an executive chef and then the other is like the kitchen boy who like washes the dishes and busses tables. I don't know why it seems super intriguing, and it's relatively short. It's only 180 pages, so I definitely want to read this one. This one is available on Kindle Unlimited. Most of these are available on Kindle Unlimited. Next one that I want to read, and I literally just added it to this list like an hour before filming. It's called Let It Snow by Casey Cross. This is another novella. It's only 83 pages. I saw somebody talk about this on Instagram. I don't remember who, but it's described as a friends to lovers romance, which you guys know is my favorite trope. I have two anthologies I want to read, which again is really bold because they're both pretty lengthy books because it's a bunch of short stories paired together. The first one I want to read is A Very Highland Holiday. I've heard everyone talk about this one and it just looks fabulous. A historical romance anthology is just my jam. The next one I want to read is another one on Kindle Unlimited that just caught my attention. It's called Hexes and Holly, and this is a paranormal cozy mystery anthology. Again, this is a very bold TBR. I don't know if I'm going to get through all these books, but I mean, I'm going to talk about them anyways, and maybe some of these sound interesting to you. So we'll see what I end up reading. Watch me just completely flip the script and read something different. Like I said, I have a lot more books that I want to read this week, but I don't know if we're going to get to them, and I feel like I'm just blabbing. So we're just going to go ahead and start with the reading vlog and see what we read. So I hope you guys are all having a lovely day, night, wherever you are. Hope you guys are in the festive season, and I'll give you guys some updates when I actually read something. Okay. You couldn't really see my Christmas dress when I was sitting down, so that's what this looks like. It's just a bunch of festive holiday lights. It's actually super cozy. It's very comfortable, but yeah. That's what I'm wearing. Okay, this day we're decorating the Christmas tree, and also I am an auntie. My older sister had her baby, so I'm just cuddling with my little nephew as we decorate the Christmas tree. I cut the audio for this because my family was being very loud in the background. Hey y'all! I'm working from home today. I'm wearing my Christmas pajamas. This one says I'm the nice one. I'm wearing Christmas pajamas because I'm working from home. And that's my business, okay? I took a shower. I put on makeup. You can't expect me to put on real clothes. Hello? I'm enjoying a little bit of kombucha. This is a cup that my mom got me. It says my weekend is all booked. And it's so funny. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you would know I'm giving up soda. It's a very sad experience for me. It's a journey that I'm enduring. But I actually really adore kombucha and I love the taste, and it has become like the great kombucha debate on Instagram. Like all of the romance booktubers are trying it and giving their thoughts. So if you like kombucha, let me know in the comments down below. Or if you hate it, you can let me know that too. Mix the flavors for this one. So I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but I did it anyways. So I'm drinking the Trilogy flavor, which is raspberry, lemon, and ginger. And then I mixed it with a little tiny bit of guava goddess. So it's yummy. It's real yummy, y'all. I just had to update you guys on that because if I'm acting more weird than I normally do, it's because I have not a lot of caffeine in my body. I don't really care about that, do you? Start Christmas Spirit. I'm like 70% of the way through. The book is like a fever dream. Like, does that make sense? It feels like I am reading a fever dream of magic and sexiness and Christmas time, which for some people might be a bad thing, but for me, I'm vibing with it. I think I'm vibing with this book. It's one of the weirdest books that I've ever read, but it's good. It's very cheesy. I will let you know right now. It is full of cheese, but I like cheese, so. And also, this is an enemies to lovers romance, which I talked about before, and I think once upon a time I said I don't like enemies to lovers, and I think I lied to you guys. I really do, because I've read a couple enemies to lovers in this past month or so, and I've liked all of them. So, like, what was I saying when I said I didn't like enemies to lovers? I do. The sexual tension is off the charts. So that's my revelation. I like enemies to lovers after all. Okay, I gotta go. I'm losing my mind today. I gotta go. Creating the second Christmas tree. This is the Christmas tree that goes upstairs. It's our Mickey Mouse Christmas tree. Mickey the Mouse. Hello, my friends. I have a reading update for you guys. The day that I'm filming this, it's actually the day after Thanksgiving. So to all of my American babes, I hope you had a lovely holiday. However you celebrate it, and if you said it was just like another Thursday for you guys, I hope it was a good Thursday nonetheless. Today, I did have to go to work this morning, but I only had to work a couple hours today, and then I just decided, you know what? I am just going to read today. It is super cold. I just want to be in my bed and read some Christmas books. So that is what I did. I read 3 books. I feel very proud of myself that I read 3 books. Granted, they're all novellas. All of them are very short books, but I mean, if you add them all together, it's like one normal sized book. So I'm still proud of myself, okay? So the first one I read, I have like my little notes down here. The first one I read was Christmas Spirit by Ali Reichardt, and I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. I did enjoy this book, but I felt like how to explain this book? I don't have the words. It was one of the most bizarre books that I've ever read because it had like so many tropes in it, and it was only 180 pages. So I feel like the author was really like trying to pack in a lot. It had an enemies to lovers trope, age gap, office romance, a forced proximity trope because they end up sharing a car as they're on their way to like a train ride, and they end up getting snowed in and having to stop at a random hotel. Of course, because it's a romance, the hotel is completely booked and there's only 1 room with 1 bed. So it has a forced proximity trope and the 1 bed trope. It was just like a lot in it. It was very, very campy. It really was just more so like a feel good, not much of a plot. It was really just like the characters getting together. End up getting snowed in and going to this like random hotel, and some Christmas spirit brings them together. There was like a little bit of like a magical element to it, but it was very subtle. Just a bunch of like weird things were happening in the book that were bringing them together. Because it's only 180 pages, the characters get together very, very fast. I enjoyed it though. There was something about this book that I just really enjoyed. So I'm giving it like a solid 3-star rating. You have to extend your disbelief a little bit with this book because it has like that Christmas magic element to it. But for me, I'm never going to like harp on about a book being super believable or having to extend your disbelief, because most of the time I'm reading romance books as like an escape, and it's anyone's game. Like, I'll read a book about aliens, I'll read a book about a werewolf or a vampire. Like, I'm totally fine with a little magic and extending your disbelief. So if you guys are the same, you might like this book, but again, it has a lot of tropes. I feel like this is a book for someone. I'm not selling this book well, am I? I'm not selling this book well. I did like it, but I just feel like a lot of people won't like it because it is very campy. I guess what I'm trying to say is if you like fluffy, cheesy books, you will like this book. That's what I'm trying to say. So the next one that I read was Let It Snow by Casey Cross, and I loved this book. This was my perfect novella. It was 83 pages, very, very short, and I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I'm filming on my phone and someone just called me, so it got cut off. You guys are like stacked on an Amazon box. We're real fancy over here. It's a whole production, you know? What was I even gonna say? Oh, we were talking about Let It Snow by Casey Cross. Loved this book. It's so rare that I give a novella 5 stars. I think it's really hard for an author to do like a solid novella because you have to pack in so much in so few pages. You have character development, happily ever afters, connection between the characters, background story. So like there's just so much to pack in such a little time. You know what I mean? But this was perfect. If I were to imagine my perfect novella, it's right here, baby. It has all of my favorite tropes. I haven't even told you about the book yet. It follows our two main characters who are best friends. They've been best friends since they were little kids. They went to school together. They went to high school together. They've done everything together. But our main character, Josh, is actually moving back home to New York because of a job opportunity, while our other character, I forgot her name. I'm sorry. I'm not very good with names. Anyways, she's staying, I think, in like Texas in a job that she's really not happy with, and she's devastated because her best friend is moving. So they decide to have like one last hurrah and do a road trip back to their hometown together. And it's so sweet. I love it so much. It's so Christmas themed. This also has a forced proximity trope because as they're headed back home, they get caught in a blizzard and have to stop at a hotel. And the hotel has only one bed, so it also has another one bed trope. I know you guys love that trope. Love friends to lovers trope so much, but I also love cinnamon roll heroes. Why I love the friends to lovers trope typically because the hero is usually like a cinnamon roll hero, and that was Josh in this book. I have a theory. Now hear me out. I think that characters named Josh in romance books are notoriously cinnamon roll heroes. Just hear me out. So this book, let it snow, our main character's name is Josh, and he is a cinnamon roll of all cinnamon rolls, okay? And then we have Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren, romance with a guy named Josh, and he is a cinnamon roll of all cinnamon rolls. This is like my most reread book because I love Josh so much. And he's a cinnamon roll. He's sweet. Love soft heroes. I mean, I can get down with like an alpha possessive hero, yes ma'am. But really deep down inside, I like soft heroes. And then, what's another book that has Josh? I literally created a list because I was like, my theory is every romance with a guy named Josh, he's a cinnamon roll. For sure. Oh, Sea of Tranquility. I can't remember the author, but the book is Sea of Tranquility. And the main character's name is Josh. And he's a cinnamon roll. So that's my theory. Let me know if you know of a romance book with a guy named Josh that is just like super soft and sweet, because I feel like it's a thing. It's a thing, right? It's scientifically proven, right? Okay, the next book I read was Scrooged by V. Keeland and Penelope Ward. This wasn't what I was expecting. It's an anthology, and it's 3 Christmas stories in one, but overall it's only like 100 pages, so each story is very, very short. Basically, they're just a bunch of like meet cutes during the Christmas time. So I actually really enjoyed it. I don't know what rating I would give it. I think maybe like a 3 or 4 star because they're so short. They're literally just like little itty bitty meet cutes, not full length romances. And they're not very steamy. So if you're not someone who likes super steamy books, then this one is a good one to read because they're just super short, sweet, Christmas themed, right to the point. Very fun to read if you're in a reading slump. I feel like this would kind of do it for you. So yeah, that one was really good. The first story, our characters meet in a shared Uber drive. Our heroine is actually going to the courthouse because she is being like sued by her landlord for something super dumb, and it's not fair, basically, what's happening to her. And then the guy in the cab is a lawyer who is also headed to the courthouse. He's assigned to her case, but he actually ends up helping her, and they kind of have their little bit of a romance. 2 were great as well, but I just thought the first meet cute was really cute because it was kind of like a modern day meet cute. Like 2 couples meeting in an Uber and like taking selfies with each other. It was simple and sweet, I guess. Keelan and Penelope Ward, they have quite a few Christmas books written together. Like, I feel like I read an anthology from them last year. I think it's called Christmas in the City, and this is a few stories, maybe like 4 or 5 stories, and they all take place during the Christmas time and in a big city. So like New York, London, I think one takes place in LA. That anthology was very, very steamy. So if that's what you're looking for, I read that last year, and I think I gave it a 4 star. It was a good anthology. The other book by them is The Christmas Pact. So you know what? I'm gonna read that right now. Those are my updates. I finished 3 stories. We had a 3 star, a 4 star, and a 5 star. So we're actually doing really good. So if you guys like novellas, I honestly would recommend all of those books because I enjoyed reading them. They're Christmas themed. They're romance. You can't go wrong. Okay, so I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to eat something, and then I will read The Christmas Pact. That's going to be the book that we're reading tonight. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Christmas drawings. We're drawing some gingerbread. You know, just trying to do some fun Christmassy crafts, and we thought it'd be fun. We're just sitting on the floor, literally drawing. Oop, drew out the line on that one. Sorry. We're just sitting on the floor, drawing Christmas little gingerbreads.
Samantha's is better.
No, yours is better. You just don't have any colors on it yet.
No, yours is still better even after.
It's not about being better. It's about having fun, my love.
Still.
Greetings and salutations, friends. Don't judge me right now. I know my hair looks crazy. I'm not wearing any makeup. My bed is a mess behind me, but I'm about to head to bed, so sorry. How exciting this video is going to be because I've been filming this for I think like 3 days and I haven't left the house. Leave the house for a little bit today because we went to go see some Christmas lights. Very social distance. It was kind of like you just drove through this neighborhood and they had Christmas lights. We didn't even get out of our car, so that was super fun. I did take some video of that situation, so let me just throw in that little bean footage right now. The Christmas lights were fun and now we're back home. There are 2 more novellas. I'm just on the novella train. My brain cannot process a full-length book. The first novella that I read today, oh my goodness, the name is escaping me. Why does this happen to me? I have to write down notes or I will forget everything. Holy crap, what was the name? Christmas Pact. Christmas Pact by V. Keeland and Penelope Ward. Bam! I remembered. Okay, so this is an enemies to lovers office romance. They have very similar names. One of our characters' name is Kennedy Riley, and then the other character is Riley Kennedy. So their emails from work always get like sent to each other. They finally meet at an office Christmas party, and they decide to sort of just like make this pact that they're going to be each other's date for the Christmas season. They want to get their families off their backs about like having to get married and being single, so they decide to help each other out, and it has the fake dating trope. It was really short. I think it's only like 160 pages. I enjoyed it. I'm really having a revelation that I do like enemies to lovers. I don't know why I said that I didn't. That was a lie. A lot of these books that I've read this week have been enemies to lovers, and I'm just like digging all of them. So I don't know. Maybe my reading taste is changing. I would give this, oh, what would I rate this? I think I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 stars. It was good, but it wasn't great. It wasn't like my favorite novella of all time. 3 out of 5 stars, a solid novella. And then the other novella that I read is called Stocking Stuffers. I know this is a really popular novella. She has a couple like holiday themed short stories. This one is actually very steamy. If you don't like steamy books, maybe this wouldn't be your vibe, but our main character sells sex toys. Like there's really no other way to say that. Why am I being awkward right now? I hired like on Christmas Eve to sell some of the merchandise to a romance book club, like this bread and breakfast situation, and then the owner of the book club's brother ends up showing up, and there is a blizzard, so they all get snowed in together, and you know, romance ensues. So I think out of all of the novellas I read this week, this is the steamiest, and it was solid. Again, 3 stars. I would love to get to one of the anthologies. I don't know. I feel like that's a little bold. I feel like my TBR is very bold this week, but I mean, I have another day before I have to go to work, so maybe we'll squeeze in another book and I will come back with you guys with my last update. Greetings and salutations, friends. I was about to head to bed and then I remembered I had to film an outro to this video, so here we are. I threw on a pinch of makeup and we're gonna wrap up this video. Whoa, 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 what is happening with these lights? I film at night, obviously. I just said I was going to bed, and I didn't realize that the ring lights were reflecting on my glasses. So let's take those bad boys off, and let's wrap up this video. I really only gave myself like 3 days to film this video. I started filming it the day after Thanksgiving, and I just packed in as many Christmassy books as I possibly could because I wanted to read so many. But there are still so many I want to read, so I would love to do a part 2 to this video. Let me know if you guys would like to see a part 2 to this video. If you guys want to see a reading vlog where I chat with you as I read the books, or would you guys prefer like a Christmas recommendation video, just like a quick 5 to 10 minute video of me recommending my favorite books. Let me know. I can do either. I feel like these reading vlogs get very, very long, so I don't know if you guys prefer the shorter videos or the longer videos. Let me know. Okay, so I finished another novella. It was called All They Want for Christmas by Andy J. Christopher. This was fine. It wasn't my favorite thing that I've ever read, but it definitely wasn't like the worst thing I've ever read. So basically our main character is expecting her boyfriend to propose to her. She's not really happy in her relationship. She's kind of in this relationship because she wants to impress her grandmother and just go through the motions of getting married and having children and yada yada yada. Expecting her boyfriend to propose like the day before Christmas, I think, and she wants to go home and like show her family that she got married, but her boyfriend actually ends up breaking up with her. Wah, wah, wah. And he breaks up with her in a cafe, and in that cafe across the way, that rhymed, the cafe across the way. I'm tired. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. In the cafe was her ex-boyfriend. His boyfriend ends up seeing the breakup go down, so she goes over there to talk to him and his business partner Lucas, and they all start flirting and sort of just have like this Christmas hookup, I guess, kind of like a polyamorous relationship because it's all three of them, and she ends up just having like this fun Christmas night with her ex-boyfriend and his business partner. I think his name was Lucas. I don't know, I'm really bad at names. This was fine. What rating would I give this? I think I would give it maybe like a 3-star. I don't want to give it a 2-star because it wasn't bad, but it just wasn't my favorite thing I've read, you know what I mean? Number one, this wasn't really like super Christmas themed. Like I feel like it honestly could have taken place any time during the year. There wasn't much like romance, like Christmas romance to it. It really was just sexy times, which is fine, which is good. Just wanted more Christmas and more romance. Also, Katie Roberts wrote a threesome polyamorous relationship that was Christmas themed, and it was one of my favorite books that I've read. It's called Gifting Me to His Best Friend, and I think she just nailed it with that book. So maybe I was like comparing the two books. Like I really wanted it to be like the Katie Roberts book because that book was steamy. There was sweet, fluffy romance bits in there, and it gave you like all of the Christmas vibes because they were snowed in a cabin. Like it can't get any more Christmas-y than that. I'm really not selling that book well. I didn't dislike it, but it wasn't the Katie Roberts book. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to compare books here, but I gotta be honest and say I like the Katie Roberts book more. I did start the audiobook to In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. I have relatively really good luck with Christina Lauren books. Basically, our main character has a tradition where she stays at like a family friend's house every single year during the holidays in like this cabin, and all of their families kind of stay together and just spend the holidays together. Two brothers that she's been like childhood friends with, and she has always had a crush on like the mysterious, cool older brother who hasn't really given her the time of day, but everyone expects her to get with the younger brother who's a little bit of a playa. Our main character kind of like makes some mistakes and ends up like drunkenly making out with the younger brother, and the older brother sees them, and then it turns out that the family who owns the cabin is going to be selling it. The last year that they're going to be able to spend Christmas at this cabin, they're all feeling really bummed, and she ends up heading back home just feeling really crappy, and like the holiday season wasn't the best. And then she wakes up and restarts the days all over again. So it's like her second chance to make this Christmas season really great. So far I do like this book, but I don't want to give it an official rating because I'm only not even halfway through done with it. So editing Sam here, but I actually forgot a book when I was wrapping things up. I started a book by Katie Wilde. It is called The Midwinter Mail Order Bride. It's available on Kindle Unlimited. Katie Wilde actually has a few winter Christmassy inspired romances, and this is a barbarian romance, which I feel like a lot of you would enjoy. So yeah, I'm about 50% of the way through this and I'm really enjoying it. I feel like it's going to be like a 4-star read, maybe a 3-star read, depending how it ends. But I feel like a lot of you guys would enjoy it because it's a little bit different. It's a barbarian romance. Oh, my dog decided to join us. Say hello. Say hello. Oh my goodness, you're so handsome. You're so handsome. He just got a bath. Thought I would throw that in there because Katie Wilde actually has a ton of Christmassy romances that are available on Kindle Unlimited, and some of them are even free on Amazon. I think she has one free on Amazon right now. I'll pop it on the screens if you guys want to pick it up. So yeah, I forgot to talk about that one, but there you go. Okay, so those are the books that I read today, and that kind of like concludes all of our Christmas reading. So I'm going to quickly wrap up the rest of the books. I know this video is super long, so I'm going to try to hurry up. The very first book I read was Christmas Spirit by Ali Reichardt. This was good. I give it a 3 stars. The second book that I read was Let It Snow by Casey Cross. This was amazing. It's my favorite book that I read in this video. I give it 5 stars. Probably one of my favorite novellas I've ever read. Like, if you're going to read anything from this video, read this book. I read Scrooged by V. Keelan. This is 3 short stories that are all Christmas themed, and I would give it like a solid 3.5 rating. I also read The Christmas Pact by V. Keelan and Penelope Ward. I think earlier I said I gave it 3 stars, but really I think this is more of like a 4-star book. It was solid. I also read Stocking Stuffers. This was also a solid, steamy novella. I would give it a 3 stars. Probably the steamiest book I read this entire week. Yeah, those were all the books that I read. I didn't get to any of the anthologies. I might film a part 2 to this video. But let me know what your favorite Christmas read has been this season. I am so open for recommendations because I am so into the holiday season right now. I love Christmas romances. So let me know your favorites. If you guys enjoyed this video, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. It means the world to me, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!